Okay, so today we are again going to continue our Stream API. And yesterday we cover basic Stream API function. Generally, all Stream API function take input as a functional argument, functional interface as an argument. And yesterday we discussed to pass functional interface as a argument. We have a different approach to pass. Like
Yes.
we can use the implementation class, anonymous class, lambda expression, or method references, right?
Yes.
So today let's continue to some more basic like a stream. Stream interface. So if you look the basic of a stream as an interface, yesterday I said, okay, let's we going to discuss some specialized form of this interface, right? So this is the top level
Yes.
interface which our JDK library given us, and apart from that, there are some couple of sub interface. Like here, notice the T. T means
Yes.
any kind of
Type.
or any types of value this stream can support. So generally we have a type like integer, type float, like type double, like type string, right?
Yes.
Or maybe any custom object, maybe employee, class, math, anything. So generally, whenever you are writing code, many times we have to handle the numbers. Number is the integer, or maybe long, maybe float, right? Maybe double. So for that, JDK decided, hey, I'm going to provide some specialized interface for this. Like let's example for integer number, we have a integer
Yes.
string. For float number, float string, double string, right? Similarly, maybe long string. So I'm not going to discuss each and every sub. You can say stream, but surely let's have couple of maybe one or two, so that you can get flavor, right? So let us example here. So here say I know this is the one interface IntStream. Okay, so this is notice this is also our interface. Look this time. This is also our interface IntStream. That is the extend BaseStream interface. So notice stream also is the subclass of a base interface. The base interface is the top level, you can say interface, and might be maybe your stream. Stream is also be sub interface of the base stream, right? Similarly, like IntStream is the base sub interface, you can say, right? So indirect say JDK library define one base stream API. And here lots of sub stream, maybe stream itself, maybe IntStream, maybe LongStream, maybe DoubleStream, right? So specialized specific interface also you found here. So notice any super interface defines some behavior that's automatically inherited for every sub interface, right? Sub interface, or you can say specialized interface. So here, whatever the now we discussed the function like flat, map, filter, for each and every functions also available for this stream API, right? So the question is that how we can generate this stream API in TC, because last class we say, hey, whatever we have a data, maybe we have an array or maybe list, then we have a function. They generate the string, right? Like last class we can say maybe we have a.
So basically, like BaseStream is the parent of stream, right?
Yes. Arrays as list. If you have some value, right? Maybe 1, comma 2, comma 3. So if we have any uh, like list, so this list I will already provide how you can associate or make a string. So here say, hey, let's start a stream, okay? List a stream, and you can get the stream of number, right? So this is, notice here is we are taking a stream of integer, okay, and lots of operation we can do. So this object we receive from this stream API, okay, this is stream API method, right? This stream is API implemented by your list interface, okay, so we can call here. Similarly, let's I want to create a specialized integer, maybe is int stream or long stream or float stream, right? So how I'll do
So could we go inside of this list.stream method?
here.
Yes.
This is the default implementation given by your collection interface.
Selection.
Okay. How we can, because any stream is an interface. Someone provided the implementation. So here, this is the some class already provided by this implementation, right? So similarly, I want make like a object of int list, right? So this, is it possible I can change this to this? Is it possible I can change this?
Yes.
Because not cannot change, because this method only return the string. So you
Okay.
cannot assign int string. Why? Notice this both are, maybe this is the your stream interface and this is your int stream interface. Both are kind of a sibling or the base interface.
BaseStream.
You can assign this and this are compatible to each other. Okay, base interface or stream interface. You can assign the references of your sub interface to the parent interface, but you cannot say this look like a sibling. You cannot assign anywhere a string expecting this string. You cannot assign expected like a int string. Here I cannot change int string because this left side return expecting I am going to assign a return only stream. So stream cannot assign to the int stream because both are the not direct relationship like a parent child. Here just like a sibling or like a same level of relationship, right? So here we cannot say int string. Even this is the integer, but we cannot say. So question is that how I am make object of int string, right? What is the way? So again, int string say, okay, don't worry, I am provide some default implementation file. So if you look this interface, they have some couple of notice all the functions available here, like filter, map, everything, whatever the default. But apart from that, there are some utility methods also given. What the utility methods? Like notice here. So notice just apply here. So there are some couple of default methods. Notice in Java 8, there is concept interface can have some default method, right? So they have a couple of default methods. Let's like off method, like generate method, like empty method, like iterate method. So these methods help us to make the default implementation of int stream, right? For example, just off. Off method say 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. And this will give you the default int stream, right? And notice this int stream is not a generic. Why? Because this is already a specialized form of integer, right? So it's not like this is the int stream for the float, int stream for the double, int stream for the employee. So these are the concrete implementation, not the generic. Because here I am going to only work on the integer number, right?
Yes. So,
So
this
here-
will not take the string one, right?
Yes. Here you cannot pass any string value like this. No, because this is, we are working only for the integer. So question is till now clear? So these
Yes.
functions like off or generate or empty, these are known as a generator function or factory function or default function, right? Which
Yes.
our Stream API offer. And now from this here, whatever the things you want, like a dot, again, filter, you want, maybe you want dot map, or you want maybe for each, all the functions are you can this interface provide. Okay. So this specialized form have then not only these methods, which are the by default stream offer. Apart from that, additional API, additional function, this IntStream gives us. Okay, like find maximum, find minimum, find average, find count. Because these are all operations related to the number. Whenever we have a number, these things anyone can ask, right? Maybe you want what is the maximum number, what is the minimum number, what is the sorted number, what is the ascending order, what is the descending order. These are the generally common operations in the mathematical number we are performing. So this specialized form of IntStream say, don't worry, I will provide this behavior to this specialized interface as a default implemented. All the existing functions you have, but apart from that, additional things you can do. Okay, so let us example and just provide dot and just explore here average function. Notice, and even you can maybe distinct, maybe find any, find first, list and map, max. Notice max, min. So this max interface or min interface you cannot find against this. Now this is also list interface, and this here you cannot say like max. There is no any kind of max. Okay, this is max. But max means again you provide some kind of a conversion. It might be this can be object, might be this can be integer somehow. Here you have to provide some kind of a function where you can say, hey, this is the max or this is the min. Business logic you have to provide. But in the case here, I am directly say map max. They are not asking any kind of input parameter. They are assume already you are working with the integer. I know how to find the maximum for a given integer number, or how to find a minimum for a given number, right? So let's print
Yes, sir.
it. Okay, so here, yes, and run it.
So basically, like in the IntStream, we can perform all the things related to the streams.
Related to the integer
Integer
object.
strings. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
So can we
So-
also use collect method in this?
If all the stream you can say function you can, this is a complete stream. So whatever you can do under the stream, you can do under the end stream, because this is the in it all the generally all the stream API feature you are looking like my filter, for each, collect, that's are defined under a base interface. This
Yes.
interface, this interface define everything almost, right? So whenever you are going on the top of this, by default this function we get. Let's example here say now we have IntStream, and here you can say surely you can say collect whatever function we have, right? They offer you. Okay. So here if you are trying to same find the maximum here in this normal stream. So here we have to find the max. You have to find the max. But we cannot just call default. You have to provide the how you going to the find the maximum. Means ki some functional interface. Notice here they are expecting you pass the comparator. Means how I can compare two number, find the maximum and minimum, right?
Yes.
So notice this is the again what is the comparator? Comparator is also
Compared to
functional. Functional is an interface, not to compare two method, but compare two value, right? So here say this is the functional interface, and they have also one method like the compare. You can pass any two value, maybe two integer, two float, two employee, any two object, t types, and they return integer. That means if both objects are equal, then they return look like a 0, and not equal means the non-zero means it's not equal. So these are some contract already mentioned here. What the meaning of this compare, right?
Yes.
So I'm not going to detail, but here notice this API are very, you can say, not asking any kind of implementation, but here they asking you to say, hey, whatever we have you already know how to implement interface comparator, right? How to implement? Just go override this method. This method take two input argument and return the integer number, right? So this
Yes.
implementation I can pass as a code snippet here. Here say, hey, this method take a two input, maybe number 1 and the number 2, and hey, they return maybe number 1 minus
Dot
number 2.
Okay.
Minus 2. What the meaning here? Here trying to say when a two number, if I minus 1 and 2, if return 0, that means both are the same, or maybe greater than or less than, right? Something. Okay. Or each. Okay.
So here like how they work. Just
I'll explain you.
means like N1 will be the one, N2 will also be the one.
No, no.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how. Okay, let's just think about this. I'll explain. Okay, so here. So here how it's work N1 and N2, let explain. So notice we have this number, right? This number. Whenever you are going to the perform, first become N1 this, second become a number 2.
Okay.
Okay, and they are comparing. Okay, then again, whatever the result come with this and this, they are not same number. They are first two number. If you want to print, surely you want to get. So you can just go here. Notice in lambda expression you can write the code. Here you can just open and close here, right?
Yes. Yes.
And here say this should be return. So here say this is my return semicolon, and here you can write something as out and print the value n1 plus n2, right? And verify plus n2, right?
So this
generally
is
in
how this
in
is
this
how
way
we
you are
can
going to debug the
this,
code.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I
whenever,
also wanted to know about how we can debug the things.
so now if you run here and notice this the call n1 value n2 value and run it. Here just out one blank line. Just debug. So notice here 1 2, then 2 3, then 3 5, right?
Okay.
So is it clear?
Yes.
What is n1? Right.
Yes.
So generally you can write this way. Generally, we generally I know unnecessary things. Then generally we are avoiding to write this, right? Even
Yes.
so instead of writing this way, generally we are writing code so simple format. Hey, I know okay, this is the only important things for me. This is the only important, right? So I can cut them and remove all this, right? Only important.
Yes.
Notice even our IntelliJ give idea gray out means even you can concise the message. What they suggest, how to do? Simply say convert to Here, notice this the as per your logic, it's okay. But here you can also replace with the you can say method references. So here say already generally this is the one comparator interface they suggested already they written this default implement as far as comparing two number, right? So generally we are using the method reference, or you can say even I know if this is the your integer class. Integer class have a some kind of your method reference like compare. Okay, just mention here. It's also work for, right? So I know that this is the inter class, this is the method reference. But generally, method reference more convenient right now. If you notice here, if you're writing this way code, our ID still suggests you can, as possible, you can don't use that. Instead of that, you can use the method reference. Okay, because here I am not understand n1 comma n2 n1 minus n2, right? Yeah, variable name someone give maybe differently. Maybe I say s1 s2. Someone can understand string what is it. So give the logical name something. So instead of that, hey, say I know ki my this is my integer class. I am working under integer. Okay, my mouse. I am working under my integer. So notice in this way our intelligence somehow gray out. Means this code unnecessary not needed you can say. So you say, hey, don't worry, we can use something, refactor this code and use the method references. Method references have lots of optionality integer class given to us, and I want to compare, I want to just compare, right? Yes. Okay, so only difference is you can do everything with a normal stream API, but you have to do such thing extra. But here say our this specialized IntStream say, hey, unnecessary thing don't do. Just say max, it's work fine. So even okay, let's okay. So here says IntStream say directly you can just call max. My already I am provide the default implementation for this. Just say max. You want to just say min. You want to just say anything, right? Even you have just very generic function they given us. A dot as a summary statistics.
Statistics. Yes.
They return max, mean, average, everything for you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you can simply say print. So generally, these operations avoid developer time. Okay, someone find the maximum, minimum, average. So if you know you have a specified stream is already closed, you cannot reuse. Okay, notice here. Yeah. So generally, avoid like here our stream is open and closed, right? We cannot again reuse the same, right? Is it clear? So good option always don't use the stream interface directly. Just one time maybe. Okay. You have to let's as of now we know just we have to comment out. Okay. This and after that it will work, right? So notice here lots of these are function like a count, sum, min, average, max. They are given to us. I'm not writing anything. Even from this method specific I want to function, you can call them. Here they will like want to just like a get average, get count, get max, get mean, get sum. Everything we can find, right? I want to sum of all, right? Just say get me sum. They return the sum of all the number, right? Yes. So these are the additional benefit you can say if you are going to use the specialized stream, right? So yes, ask question. Anything?
Yes, yes. I just wanted to say so like these days, like Apache common class named as string utils, object utils were utilizing more along with the streams.
Yes, you can say yes.
Yes, yes. It's
Right.
it's just like a basic question. Like, are you also using at your end these type of things, string utils?
Generally, I am not using more util of the related to collections, but strings we are using. Strings, common util strings, lots of simplified versions of method given us, and even for the collections, many times I use the Guava library, might be even, instead of Apache. So depend upon our you can say use case. Instead
Use
of I am
cases.
going to write my own business logic, why not use the third party library? Third party library is written code on the base of existing JDK library, because you can talk about the Apache or Guava. Internally,
Mhm.
they are written the Java code for you, right? You can
Yes,
write
yes,
yourself, you are familiar, but unnecessary already we know the tested code, tested solution available. Why not use them, right?
yes,
So
yes.
this is the always preferences. If your applications and architectures allow to use third-party library, and third-party library are robust and heavily used, and there is no any kind of security vulnerability in your application, so you can feel free to use as a first preferences in third-party library. Don't just waste our time to just exploring, which is already explored by someone, right?
Yes. Wow.
So yeah. But nature of maybe application. In my application, let's say I'm working on a security domain application. So if I'm
Mm,
using any third-party library, so whenever you can say nowadays lots of security scanned tools and technique in the market, and you are using some third-party library, and third-party library using some another library, right? So in
mm,
recursively, some code may be unsecure code or someone written code that not be might be catched by the security scan tools, right? So in
mm.
this case, you say, hey, my application is not breach any kind of security guidelines, but your third-party library are breaching, right? So this
Yes.
sometime we are getting such a problem. Then we have to figure out, hey, what the alternative, right? But yeah,
Yes.
in common, generally in application, basic application, feel free to use any third-party library. That's a prefer choice you can say.
So, in other words, like we should not use the third party libraries, right?
No, we should use. My first
Okay.
preference is always should use. But
Okay.
please ensure which kind of a domain you are working, right? If your
Yes.
code is go under any security scan, please
Mhm.
be ready for the rework or modification. Something might be your scan tools find out to third party some library are using the rating code, some not follow the security guidelines, right?
Yes.
But you don't know how the particular third party API implemented, just you are using, right? API internal is some code written, right? Right. You don't know,
Yes.
but some library owners have written, right? Okay.
Yes.
Any other question?
No.
Good. So similarly, these specialized interface like in similarly lots of specialized interface already have, like if you want to long string, right? If you want similarly kind of double string, right?
Double string. Yes.
String. Okay. So just explore these API, and they have a different
Yes.
methods.
Yes.
Okay, but the
Yes.
intention is that you can do everything in the normal stream API, whatever you have. But whenever you're going to do, you have to put unnecessary extra things which our library, which our JDK already know how to solve your problem, right? So due to the preferences way, generally sometime we are taking care of the generally the integer, long, or double, many places we are doing some calculation, right? I
Mhm.
want to maximum, I want to testing, I want to minimum. These codes already available, right? Let's say we have a uh, list of say employee, and each employee have a salary, and our requirement, hey, I want to find the employee name which is the maximum salary, right? So unnecessary, I'm not going to write a code for the finding the maximum salary, right? I know the salary is the number or long or double. I can just use the specialized form of a stream and find the simple method. Hey, get max, get sum, get average, right? I want to find the average salary of my employee, right? So this is not work for just an independent number. This API help us in the case of your custom class, custom object. Okay. So you notice whenever we have a maybe list of employee, okay, a list of employee, I have lots of projection. Maybe I want to all the names, all the salary, all the department, all the different kind of attribute, whatever the attribute employee have. These attributes play a different role, right? In those cases, this specialized interface uh, just save our time. Is it okay?
Yes.
And one thing, notice whenever you are going to a specialized interface, okay, and they follow the same life cycle which Stream API follow. Like like here say this is start and close, and between the any intermediate operation you can perform. But like here, max, min, floor, double, these all are the terminal operations. Like here say, you can surely say, hey, I want to filter. These are the intermediate. Okay. I want to map. These are the map, right? No problem, right? And
Yes.
map and map. And after that, you can apply like max. But these are the become your terminal operations. After that, you cannot again start your pipeline, right? Here is no operation you can say. And already might be, whenever I say max, notice they're here returning something like optional.
Yes.
So already know why they are optional. Maybe I just comment it. Just here.
Optional means like there could be the possibility of null pointer exception to avoid that they used.
Okay, let me talk something. Okay, let's here a requirement. Whatever we have a number, let's I want to get only even number. Okay, even number. After that, let's see. I am going to uh, uh, multiply by 100, and after that I want to find the max. Okay,
Yes.
and if you assign in the variable, notice they give optional int. Okay, so why is not given the integer? Why say optional int? Reason is that whenever this number, notice this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I ask what is the maximum number, you can easily say maximum number is 5. Then what happens if I say 5 again? What is the maximum number? You have a 2 5 number, right?
Yes.
So I'm not sure if this one is the maximum or this one is the maximum. Two maximum, right? So somehow, sometime our API have not concrete out. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you want to min or you want to find some search. So any such cases where your outcome might be or not might be. In those scenarios, this is the optional. Optional means might be I can get the maximum or might be I cannot get the maximum. Might be our stream is the blank. Maybe sometime I return stream is just for the not from source, from database call. Okay. And database
Yes.
have some where condition. A where condition not written anywhere, right? If you have a no number, then what is the maximum? Nothing. So might be case we get the actual maximum value or might be not getting actual number. So optional is the just kind of a wrapper. They have a only possible two kind of value. Maybe value or maybe no value. Not exist value. No empty value, right? Empty value can.
Yes.
So kind of one wrapper object optional, and they contain say, hey, I have value or I can no value. Okay, so due to that, say this is the specialized form of optional int. Notice this optional int implemented by the specific version, and internally they are implemented this concept. Will value present or what is the value? If true, false, and no value, right?
Mhm.
So this is this optional int is not the optional. Like if you notice in the top, whenever I am writing here, this say optional of integer. Uncomment this code. Notice here say this is a different signal. Optional integer, right? But this is the optional int is the specialized integer implementation. Okay.
Yes.
So this optional is generally we read whenever optional, but this optional is generally someone is not more talk on that because this is so specialized implementation, not actually optional. One specialized implementation of optional for integer, but this optional just one optional interface, and they have only kind of this is one kind of final optional, and they similarly we have a one value available or no value kind of. Maybe optional have a two things, maybe empty value or the exist value. And how to know? They have a some method is present. If you notice this max and go here, say hey max dot is present, that means they return true or false. If they return true, that means yes, you have a value exist, or maybe false means there is
Yes.
no value. So these are the generally optional we read, we know as a Java feature, but these are some kind of a specialized optional. Generally, we are not generally talk on that, but we should be similar kind of a specialized form of optional, right?
Yes.
So good. Is it okay? So
Yeah.
these are your terminal operations. After that, you can ask start the any kind of again pipeline question. So let's do practice of these, and let's talk. You have any question till now, or we can move to the next?
No question.
Okay, good. So let's and let's practice.
Yes.
Even one more. Yes. Whenever
For,
we have a yes, any question?
for collect method, I should go through to your video, right?
Mhm.
What's for collect method? Like you had recorded one of the videos.
Yeah, I'll talk. Yes, so surely whatever the things, yeah, you can watch. That is already I detail explain more than 1 hour. You can say, that is so detailed. Maybe you so
Yes.
detail I may not talk, but yes, that's a very gist. That's it. Okay, but let's. I want. I here I just want to convey the like IntStream have a other like generator function, right? IntStream. Notice we have one function range. Okay, and range function say, hey, instead of manually writing here 1 2 3 4 5 number, I say let's start from 10 to 20. Two number take means they are, and just say a dot for each. This syntax you are clear. What is this syntax? For each
Yeah.
function and passing this. Why?
Yes.
For each function, why I'm passing system.out dot this? What is the meaning?
Yeah, it's a supplier.
Okay, so here what
Not sure like what kind of function interface we are using inside for each, but it's a terminal operator.
a terminal operation. For each the Java function. So what kind of input they are expecting? Think. What is this input? Yesterday I talked. What is this input?
This is method reference.
Method reference. Method reference means you are passing code. Here
Yeah.
you are calling for each, but you are not passing any value here. You can say, hey, for each function, this is my println function. You can execute for every this number which you receive. Right? So here we are passing the code snippet. What code snippet? Why? Because this for is functions are assuming integer consumer. Integer consumer is a functional interface. Okay, a functional
Mm.
interface. We have a 4 option to implement. Maybe pass the object or maybe pass a code. In general, I can pass any object here or I can pass any code itself. So here I'm passing the code. So I'm not going to pass exactly code here. I'm saying already one function, println, print function, which match your syntax. Notice this print function are what? They are taking some input, not returning anything, right?
Yes, right.
This syntax exact match what our this interface are expecting. This interface say, I want to method that take one input and not return anything. Okay, so here I am trying to say, hey library, hey for each function, you are expecting the implementation of int consumer. Okay, don't, I'm not going to implement, but already I have a one function println that's match your syntax. So let's run this my code. Okay, so already we have a println function which take one input variable and do something. So I am not going to write this code. I am just saying, hey for each function, I am not going to provide your consumer interface because you need the int consumer interface. Interface means we are going to provide the implementation class, maybe implementation class, maybe anonymous, or maybe lambda express. Okay, I am saying I am not going to follow any of these. Alternative option, I am giving the method reference. This method reference follow your syntax. So here, this is the println method reference. And notice here out and system. System is the, what is the system? System is Java class. Okay. Then what is the out? You know what is this out?
Yes, yes, it's a object of print stream. Its return time is print stream and it's inside our system. I
Yeah.
think it's a static method. Out is a
No,
static method.
no. It is not a method. It is simple static
Line
variable.
variable. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I can say this println method you can found in the print object, print writer object, but this object exists inside the system package. Okay. So here say system dot out. Out means simple one static variable, and this is the public static. So we can call from the system class. System dot print out, right?
Yes.
And this function println
Yes.
is written by your class, and this is the same syntax which our consumer interface are expecting, right?
But
So I'm
here,
not
like,
going to.
yeah,
Yes.
I have one question here.
Yes.
Could you go back to the code side? Yeah, here, could you write this SOUT in the next line? In the next line, not in the
next
next line.
time,
The
new
next
line here.
line. Yes, yes, anywhere,
Yes.
but not inside the map. The in this, yeah, SOUT.
Okay.
Here, like system is a class, out is a static
Yes.
variable. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
clear with this. But from this static variable, how this println is getting called? Because println method is not a static one.
Okay. Not at the sub. Notice whenever say breakout. So you know this is the system is a class, right? You say out.
Yes.
Out is a
Yes, out.
static variable. I
Yes.
can take a variable. This is my out variable,
Mhm.
and this is the print stream object. So I say, hey,
Okay.
print stream. I can print println. I pass my value. So instead
Okay.
of writing this 2-line code, I am writing 1 line. I don't want to here. This is the I assigning the variable, maybe as a object, maybe print object. Okay. Here say object. Okay, obj. Okay. Print object, right?
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
print
Yes.
object. And this print object say, hey, I can go paste.
Okay.
So instead of writing this 2-liner, how I'm saying, hey, I'm not going to write say, this is my system.out and println. This print method, what needed? This. This is what this. So I can replace instead of this, this is what this. This is this, right? So instead of
Mhm.
this, I can completely both are equal, so I can write this as well as.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So both code, this code and this code same. Why? Because this variable print objects are equal to this, right? Equal to this. This equal to this means this place I can replace this, right?
Yes.
Is it clear? So
Yes.
System.out.println. This println method is not defined inside your system. This is defined inside the print stream. A print stream, you are whenever say System.out, you are getting the actual object. And actual object you are calling the println method, which is the public method, not the static. That means this is called from the object. From which object? Print stream. So here look like out is the static, but what the value here assigned would be the new implementation of this interface. This is class. Okay, this is the class.
Could
Is
you
it clear?
repeat the last line?
I'm saying whenever say System.out, you are getting the object of print stream,
Print stream.
not
Yes.
the static value. Static out is a static for system class, but what they assign to variable is the one object print stream.
Okay.
This is a not a, and this object have a maybe static variable some, but I'm calling the non-static method which is the print stream, with the print stream. Right?
But in case like if out is a method, then we have the limited thing, right?
Yes, you have to look this class and what's the function and what's the things they have exposed to you. All the things you can call it.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I
Not
got it.
this out is not just limited to the print. Here you can call any method. Like here, say you can call maybe lots of print. Maybe here you can say write printf, right? These are the function you can call, right?
Yes.
You want to write something, you can write here. So here, same thing you can write also here.
Yes. Yes.
Here you can say write. You can write, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the function of this print stream you can call it, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So notice what the differences between this print. I pass something maybe. Okay. So what the thing? Here you can say this and this. Is there any differences from both call, or is it same? Here you are actually calling the println function. Here you cannot call the function. Wait, please be known. Here you are calling the println function. Means your code go to call this method that will take input as a file, right?
Yes.
Because this print method, whenever going to the call, you have to pass the value because they are expecting some integer value, right?
Yes. Yes.
But here you say for each println. Here you are not passing like this look like a method here. You are just telling, hey, this for each function. I am not saying you call my println function. Just I am saying, hey, this is my code for you. So this is println is just code of the implementation. So look like whatever this code, completely this code you are passing as a parameter, right?
Yes.
So here you are not calling the code, you are just giving the complete code snippet to this function. Here you call the function. Here we, so whenever someone say parenthesis means you are calling the method. No parenthesis means you are just passing the code snippet. Is it clear?
Yes. So how the code snippet is getting passed?
Because due to the simple, this is the nowadays from Java 8, this code is a complete one statistic is pass as a parameter, return as a parameter as a result. So previously you can say we are generally return only the object, but since Java 8, our libraries say you can pass complete, even you can write the complete code here in the parameter itself. Here I can write the complete code, right?
Okay.
In this case, complete code. Let's say, instead of I'm not writing anything, I can simply say whatever the input number I have, whatever the input number is, and here I can write my code. Okay, just write to the file and anything, right? So here you're writing a code, right? Maybe writing the file system, database call, anything, right?
Yes.
So here you are not calling, just say, hey, this is my code, you code execute, right? So
Okay.
instead of I am saying this is the code snippet, already our library have this code snippet, let's use them. This I redirect again. For each expecting some object or code snippet. I say I'm not writing, I'm not giving to you any object, even I'm not giving to any code. I'm saying you go and find out the code of this println method. Right?
Okay.
A redirection happen here. Is it clear? Many places you find method reference, and many places you call the function. This is the major differences. Here actually function calling happen. Here you are not calling any function. Just you telling, hey, this is my code. You take it whenever you need it. You call them. I'm not going to the call. Here println function is not going to the call. Println function is called by this function for each. Because whenever you're calling this function, you have to pass the number, right? Currently,
Yes.
here we don't have a number. Then how I can call them, right?
Yes.
Due to that, I say, hey, let for each implementation decide and get one value and pass here. Next value, pass here. Is it okay?
Yes.
Good. But these are the many times very confusion. Someone say here you are calling, you are not calling, right? But these are very you can say minor
Minor thing.
understandings. Is it everything? If you understand here method call, is it also fine? Is it? But technically, what really should be, if you understand, you get some better confidence while writing code or while talking to the anyone, right?
Yeah, here we can also understand in such a way like System.out. I'm just talking about line number 50.
Mhm.
In System.out, let's put its return type is print stream,
This
print
yes,
writer. 50
Mhm.
50 line number 50.
Right?
Yeah. So that uh, print writer method have a println method. So based
Mhm.
upon that four dots or column, we will able to trace out the method that we needed inside of the print writer, and first we can use the things as per the need. This
So notice
can this can be a, like we can create a story like this also, like
in one
like
shot you can say yes, you can say yes.
it
Because
is
why I have to write this way? Because this println method is the not a static method, right? And notice
yes.
whenever any method is not static, you cannot call from the class. Okay, if
Uh-huh.
this method somehow is static, then even we don't need this complete things. Even say, hey, this is the print stream writer, and just write here in this.
Uh-huh.
But this is the not the static method. Good example, study you call. Can I call println any method as a non-static? Yes, this is a very good example. This is a non-static method as a method reference you are calling, right? So
Yes.
somehow question is that then why I am calling the system.out? Because system.out class. Notice if you click here, this is the null. Notice null while you can
Yes.
return null. So if I say system.null, that means they return null here. No. If you say print here, what do you think? If you look the code here, this is the null, right? So what do you think?
Yes.
They return null here. This is null. If null, then you get a null pointer exception, but you are not getting a null. Why? If I run it, I am not getting a null here.
So this might be because
Notice I
print.
am getting
Yes.
some object. Notice the some
Object.
implementation object.
Yes.
So what you infer from this line? If someone asks, "Hey, system.out," if someone look the code, say this is the null, that means you are getting the null object, right? But this is
Yes.
not the case.
So this means the print writer,
Hmm.
print stream method have this out method inside of it, and there might
No.
be like okay.
So whenever this system class going to use internally lots of activity happen. All the notice whenever any object going to make, there are some phases. All the let me talk basics. Oh, we are over the time. Okay, but basic. Whenever you are going to create any object, maybe your system object or employee object or a string object creation have a some life cycle. First, not does object going to create it. Before creation of object, lots of other activity happen, like all your static variable initialization, all your static block initialization, all your instance block initialization, all your instance variable are initialization. These sequence are applied first, and once all done, after that your object going to the created, right?
Yes.
Similarly, maybe I'm not going to more talk about what is the static block, what is the static variable, what is the instance block, what is the instance variable. Later part, whenever sometime permit will talk, but understand whenever you are writing code like System.out, first system class is going to initialize. So system, all the static variables are going to initialize. So here notice out is the static variable. They are going to reinitialize with a specific value. Maybe you here notice somehow some native method written. Go to the check here. In this class, where is my cursor? Set out. Even you can set your output. Hey, what the value should be here? Well, before that, I'm trying to say, notice here, they are provided some native implementation. Okay, so this method out is already going to initialize by your default print stream. Means as a developer, I cannot write any data on console, right? I'm not so expert. I don't hardware capability to know how to write any character on my console. Okay, console is the hardware activities. So due to that, JDK said, don't worry, I provide the default implementation. You want to printing something, a character, don't let I as a native implementation means something depend upon your hardware, written some C code implemented, and they are providing to implement your print facility. Because this print function is not so easy task. As a simple developer, I cannot write this implement print either, right? If you're running the code, they are printing on a console. I have not any control as a Java developer. I don't know how to write 8 this number on this console window, right? This console window is the depend upon your operating system.
Yes.
Due to that, here say system.null. But whenever this code going to execute, this out object are initialized. Means whatever the default implementation for that, they are going to initialize. Even if you want to say change the default implementation, you can. Right? Here, this class have a method like maybe before that dot set out, right? Set out setting. Okay, you can change the implementation. Okay, any now you are print implementation. Here you know this is the my this this is a kind of a class. You can create the object, right? You can say hey obj equal to new and something, and here you can pass the something where they are going to write console availability. But I have not don't know how to I access this console, right?
Yes.
So I cannot write. I can say hey let's system. You have some system intelligence. You can just give me the default implementation. So you will say, hey, just don't do. I'm just going to the get default implementation of print list. Right?
Yes.
And after that, if we have a get object, you can call any function. Okay? Okay. We are going to show different part. Not anything. But good ask question, right? Any question till now? It's clear about this lining?
Yes.
So
Can we continue tomorrow? Like,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
eyes were like getting closed.
yeah. So let's close. If you have not any question for the day, we can close the call. Okay.
Yes, yes. So tomorrow, like, what will be the main agenda?
Same continuous stream. Lots of things we have to talk. There are some generator function I'm going to talk about, and after that, initially our objective we have to cover some kind of a stream generator so that all kind of a source how to generate a stream. Already we have covered a filter and a map, other intermediate operations, and we have till
Yes,
now
range.
covered the for each as a terminal operation. And today we covered some terminal operation with respect to the only int streams like max, min, get. Uh, but after
Yes.
that, later class we'll talk about this how to return a string, how to return array, how to return list, right? As a majorly in the you can say stream API, many times challenges we face about the collecting data is in the collection, right? Maybe I want to
Yes.
map, I want to set, I want to list, I want to array, I want to string, right? These are things. So due to that specialized interface, I already know the collector collects, right? We'll talk after that, right?
Yes. The stream ex. Do you have any idea like what is the stream ex? Stream x.
Stream X in which context?
Like in this, like if we are using the stream x, then we don't need to use collect method. We can straight away write to list after the map. So this was the thing. Stream ex in the class name, or might be it was the
Let me. I will talk. If I'm just not able to correct what the context you are talking. That is
yes,
Java
yes.
API.
Might be not. I think yeah, it's in the Java. STREAMEX. E for elephant. X.
Stream X. You are trying to say.
Yeah, stream EX. Yeah,
Mm,
if
maybe
we
some
search,
third. Maybe some third party library or something.
yeah, then it will.
Might be. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, stream word is very common and different contexts are used right now. So we are okay. Don't worry if something in the Java library we'll discuss surely. Okay. If any third party, then surely you can just read out the public document of this API. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Take care. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks.